The UES Tortoise dropped out of hyperspace 3 full hours after the rest of the Allied fleet. It was always like this. While sleek Vorthan interceptors and swift Magellan corvettes danced through space at incredible velocities, the human vessel lumbered along like its namesake. "There comes the human warship," Captain Hexville laughed over the Allied comms, watching the bulky, awkward vessel finally arrive. "Did you stop for sightseeing again, Captain Morrison?" The Tortoise was an embarrassment to look at. "Tik armor piloting welded åt angles." Mismatched engine pods, clearly salvaged from different ships. Its maximum speed was a third of the slowest Vorthan vessel. It looked like someone had tried to build a battleship out of spare parts and good intentions. "Just taking our time," Captain Morrison replied calmly. Slow and steady. The Allied fleet was intercepting a hegemony strike force headed for Colony 7. Tactical projections showed they'd engage in 15 minutes. The Tortoise would arrive in 45. "Just stay back and watch how real warriors fight," Admiral Kessex of the Altarian Navy sneered. "Maybe take notes for your academy." The battle began exactly as predicted. The Allied fleet's superior speed let them run circles around the hegemony forces. But the enemy had come prepared. Gravity mines activated, creating pockets of compressed space that slowed the fast-moving ships to a crawl. EMP burst disabled the swift interceptor's delicate systems. Within 10 minutes, the battle had turned. The Allied fleet's speed advantage was gone, and their light armor couldn't withstand the hegemony's assault. "Where's our reinforcements?" Hexville screamed as a ship's shields collapsed. "The Tortoise is still 20 minutes out," someone reported, moving at maximum speed, which for them is practically standing still. But Morrison's voice came through calm as ever. "Actually, we've been here for 5 minutes." "What? Where?" "You were watching us come from the front. But that Tortoise is our decoy drone. We've been approaching from below at 1% thrust, virtually invisible. Being slow has advantages. No heat signature, no energy spike. No one ever bothers to look for us." The real Tortoise rose from beneath the battlefield like a metal mountain. Its weapon ports opened. Not the sleek, advanced weapons of other species, but massive, primitive kinetic cannons. "Kinetic weapons?" The hegemony commander laughed. "What century are you from?" "The century that understood physics," Morrison replied. "You see, everyone builds for energy weapons now. Shields that deflect plasma, armor that disperses lasers. But a 10-ton tungsten rod moving at 30% light speed? That's just math. And math doesn't care about your shields." The Tortoise fired. Its shots moved slowly compared to energy weapons, taking whole seconds to reach targets. But when they hit, physics took over. Hegemony ships didn't explode. They were simply deleted from existence, transformed into expanding clouds of atoms. "Your armor?" Kessex noticed something impossible on his sensors. "It's 8 meters thick." 15, actually, Morrison corrected. "Everyone builds ships light and fast. We build ours like Earth's ancient bunkers. We can't dodge, so we simply don't need to." "Your plasma bolts?" "They're giving us a nice warm feeling. Like a spa day." The hegemony focused all fire on the Tortoise. Energy beams that could vaporize moons splashed harmlessly across its crude armor. Missiles detonated against its hull, leaving minor scratches. Also, Morrison added conversationally, while his ship absorbed apocalyptic damage. "Being slow means we had lots of time during transit." "Want to know what we did?" "We calculated every possible position every ship could be in when we arrived. Pre-computed every firing solution. We've been aiming at you for 3 hours." The Tortoise fired again, not randomly, but with precalculated precision. Every shot found its mark, even on ships trying evasive maneuvers. They were moving exactly where Morrison had predicted 3 hours ago. "Ow!" Hexville gasped. "Space battles are just orbital mechanics," Morrison explained. "And orbital mechanics is just math. When you're slow, you've got plenty of time for math." The hegemony fleet was scattering, But the tortoise kept firing its prehistoric kinetic weapons with devastating accuracy. It didn't chase. It didn't need to. It had already calculated where they'd run. You built a tank, Kessex realized. An ancient, primitive tank in space. With one modification, Morrison smiled. Our engine isn't slow because it's weak. It's slow because 90% of its output goes to our fabricator. We've been building ammunition this entire fight. We can do this all day. The battle ended with the hegemony's complete retreat. The tortoise had destroyed 17 ships without moving faster than a leisurely drift, without shields, using weapons most species had abandoned centuries ago. Still think we're a joke? Morrison